Cisco ASAv VPN, trusted certificate install using SSL4Free. Again, it doesn't have to be ASAv, but we're keeping with the theme of the series. What we're going to do in here is go to SSLForFree. It uses Let's Encrypt. We're going to validate that we own this domain. So in order to do this verification, we need to create a DNS text record in our DNS servers, our external DNS servers. And so it gives you the output here to create that text file. And what it's going to do is validate that you actually own that domain. Now, once you do this, the lowest I can do, at least in GoDaddy, for example, is 600 seconds. Ideally, they want it at 1 second. Not a big deal. We can verify that record, but give it some time before you hit the verify, because if not, it fails, and there's a problem. I had to recreate it. Anyways, here's the text record. It passed. It did complain about the 1 second thing, but not an issue. We'll download the certificate. This will bundle everything together. And then what we need to do in order to get to it, or in order for it to get ingested into the ASA, we need to convert that file. So we can use OpenSSL, and we're going to convert it into a PKCS12 file, and then we'll ingest it in the ASA. Remember, we did a wildcard certificate because in this case we have a VPN load balanced offering. And so instead of creating a certificate for each box, we're going to use a wildcard cert. Now we can see here we're exporting the file. The file export is called certificate.pfx. The input key, which is your private key, is called out, right? That's what was bundled. The certificate CRT file, so the actual certificate itself, and then the CA bundle, okay? Now, this was all extracted from that file we just downloaded from SSLForFree. So we extracted that into a folder, and we've ran OpenSSL, calling those files to create the PFX file. As for a password, we give it a password, and from here, we can go ahead and input the certificate into the ASA. And we can see the file has been created. Okay. So we go into certificate management, identity certificates. We go ahead and hit add. We can give the trust point a name. And maybe we'll call it something like SSLForFree or something that's obviously meaningful to you. And once we give it a name, then we're gonna actually search for the file. When we search for the file and add that file, then it's gonna ask for that password that we just created for that file or that certificate bundle. Now we go ahead and import it. We say okay. And look, we've got this certificate created. Again, this is good for 90 days. You can see star.ciscosecurity.guru.com, and you can see it's issued by Let's Encrypt. Okay, so we've got this identity certificate in play, but it's not in use yet, right? Very quickly, let's just check the CA certificates. We see there's that CA. We'll want to now go ahead and assign that certificate to the outside interface for use. So you can see we've got the self-signed certificate here. We're going to actually change this to the one that we just imported, and we can apply this. Now, if you have a load balancing cluster, that you're going to apply this certificate to all the nodes, right? The other thing that we should do, and this was called out by a good buddy Jeff on the team, that you should come into advanced, and if you're not using these to do certificate authentication or stuff like that for clients, then you come into these into the certificate options and say, we don't accept CAs from this certificate. or certificates from this CA, sorry. We go ahead and connect. There was no error, right? So the error, so let me explain. The error is when we have an untrusted CA, right? Not a big deal. You can uncheck it, but you don't want your users getting into that behavior. Go ahead and connect, and that's it.